Alright, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to cook a pork butt, but I wanted to do a year-end review of this particular grill and maybe do some comparison to other Kamados that are on the market, if you're kicking around the idea of buying one way or the other. Now, I do not have a ceramic, but I do not have the money for a ceramic. That's just the truth of it. And for the amount of money you can spend on a ceramic, on one, you could get up to 3 of these, maybe even 4 of them, depending on where you buy them. I hear Aldi has these for sale every now and then for $99. I bought mine at HSN, Home Shopping Network, for like $3.49. Throughout the course of this video, I'd like to discuss different things about ceramics, about what they come with, the cost of them, stuff like that. And this is only information that I have gleaned off of watching other people's YouTube videos or doing the research and shopping for one whenever I got this one. There's a lot of accessories, if you want to call them that comes in the box with this thing that you have to buy extra for the ceramics. And every time you do that, that's another $100 with whenever you're looking at a ceramic. It seems like that's their bottom line is $100. You want that separator plate in there so you can smoke, that's about $100. You want a side table on there, that's about another $100. You want the wheels that go on the bottom of the egg, that's another $100. So, you know, everything's in the box on this thing. I do not have one to compare with on how they smoke. What I have done is watched a lot other people's YouTube videos on cooks that they have done on offsets and on Kamados, and it's kind of like that part in the Matrix. You got to know there's rules to cooking, but which one of those rules can be bent and which of them can be broken. You got to bend this thing to make it your wheel. That's all there is to it. And in the end, there's 3 things that you need to cook with. That's oxygen, a fuel source, and heat. That's period. That's the way fire works. And if you have any of those, if you can control any of those 3, you can control the heat, the duration of the cook, you know, anything. And this cooker will do it. Here in just a second, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to clean it out. And because the last thing that I cooked on it was some steaks. And that was a couple days ago. So we're going to clean it out. We're going to get ready to put that pork butt on here. And I'll show you the steps I go through in order to get it ready. And I'll show you how the grill looks and everything after a year. And you're talking at least once a week cooking on it, and maybe 3 or 4 times a week in some points. Flaming hot searing grilling or low and slow smoking, either one. I've done it all. I have not baked a loaf of bread. I don't know why anybody would. I don't know why anybody won't smoke in their bread. That just doesn't make sense. Cookies, wood-fired pizza, I don't get that either. I could do it, but I don't understand it. That's kind of like going to Starbucks. I don't get that either. That's a lot of money. It's a cup of coffee, y'all. Anyway, so let's get this thing open and we'll see what it looks like, and I'll try to show you around a little bit, anything I've done to it and modifications I've made to it. but mostly it's stock. Let's have a look. As you can see, this thing is covered in pollen. Right now, here in Texas, we are in our second spring. First spring probably hit late January, early February. Gave the trees a chance to bloom. Then we had another frost, so our second winter kicked in. And now we're in this season. It's the pollen. My hay fever is running rampant. The pine trees are blooming. Okay, we grab our little grabby hook thing. You stick in that slot right there, pull that up, and that will stay in that slot. But whenever you pick the grill grate up like this and kind of tilt it a little bit, that little piece right there will fall out of that doohickey. So I'll just take it out. All right, here's my drip pan from when I cooked those steaks the other night. Put on my fancy pink work gloves. Don't judge me. Don't you judge me. And this is my pan thing that I made so I could do indirect heat and do that steak searing. Now then, I got a little bit of charcoal left in here. That's the thing about these cookers, you can shut the vents off on it. The charcoal dies out, and you can reuse it. All right, that's all I'm gonna get of that. Get you a hooky thing and pick up the charcoal. Great. Now then, as I said, I've had this for a year now. Well, it was a year last month. And I have done low and slow. I have done searing hot. And I want y'all to look at that grill. And this is one of the issues that people have with the ceramic grills is the fire grate. On a ceramic grill, it's a cast iron plate with little bitty holes all in it. Whenever you do a low and slow cook on those, the air comes in from the bottom, and sometimes ash over a 6, 7, 8, 12-hour cook, the ash will clog up those little bitty holes. Well, this one, the grate is absolutely large enough that the ash just falls through into the catch pan. You don't have that issue. And everything that I'm telling you, like I said, it's not a personal experience I've had. It's just from people that I've watched on YouTube telling some of the issues that they've had. And I'm telling you, I haven't had those issues with this grill. And what I like to do is take a paintbrush and just knock the ash off this lip here so it'll get in that catch pan. Just kind of sweep it off into the bottom. And you lift that catch pan out. You don't need a vacuum cleaner. You don't need a scoop of any kind. You don't need the special little flat putter that looks like a weed whacker to drag up in the little hole in the bottom. You just pick this up and you take it out in the yard and you throw it in the hole of your choice that the Great Dane has dug. I'll be right back. Excuse me. All right, now then, while I got this apart, I'll show you. The air comes in to the bottom, right out this hole right here. It comes up from over here. It goes in here. I'll go into that later. But the air, fresh air goes in here and it enters into the grill way down here. And there's a gap all around in the bottom here, and there's holes in this ash pan all the way around. So you put this in here and it gets air 360 degrees all the way around. Start with my little wood chunk. Start loading it back up. What I got here is B&B natural lump mesquite charcoal. As far as it goes, lump or briquettes, I really don't know. I would think that briquettes would burn better, but I bought this looking for that smoke ring, and it'll work. But look at the size of that chunk. That's a big chunk of charcoal. And something else I do. Went to the Walmart and I bought these bunch of these mesquite chunk pieces. All right. What I really enjoy using, I get a lot of good performance out of these things here to start my fire, these tumbleweeds. I really do like these. I've got one of the Weber chimneys, but if you ever started a fire with lump charcoal, that stuff goes to popping and embers just shoot out, just popping and shooting. I hate it. But that's just me. I know that's just one of my pet peeves. But whenever you put it in that chimney makes it take off like a rocket, and those embers just start showering everywhere. It's amazing how much they take off. So let me get some of this arranged just right and get it started. You want to get a bed started there. All right. Oh, there you go. And put the ring in. So what I got here is the drip pan. Got it covered in foil because it makes it easier to clean. I'm gonna put some water in it. I'm gonna put my temperature sensor right over here where it's not out over the water, because I figure that's where it's gonna take longest to get hot. And I put it right here where the heat comes directly out from around that water pan. And then we'll close the lid and wait for the temperature to come up. I'm going to open the top damper wide open. And then on this little blow fan, I'm going to turn this up. The way this operates, you hold that button down and these numbers here start flashing. And then it start up here. And you got to click all the way till you get down to the bottom one. And I'm going to run this at 250. Alright. You see it's currently set at 80, or it's at 80. So that little fan's going to blow until it gets where it needs to go. And we'll put that pork butt on there then. Alright, there's my pork butt all seasoned up. You can see we got 276 degrees right here. And for people that want to know, that's the dome temperature right there at 300. So we're going to put this on right quick, get a probe put in it, and we're going to start a cook. Okay, we're 2 hours into the cook. It's holding at 280 at the moment. Dome thermometer says 300, or a little less than 300 actually. And got 109 degrees of internal temperature. So we're going to open it up and spritz. I'm just spritzing it with apple cider vinegar. We'll come back and check on it in another hour. We're 3 hours into the cook. The pork butt says it's 118 degrees. Dome temperature says still right around just under 300. It's warm. To my touch, it's warm. On the bottom, it's warm. I can hold my hand on it. It's not hot at all. It's well insulated. That's the reason I don't have any trouble leaving it sitting here on the porch. I've had it for a year and I know how it acts. No surprises. It's sitting here on the front porch out of the weather like it has all year long. I don't leave it out in the yard. It doesn't get rained on. I don't have a cover for it. And I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but there's just a little thin blue smoke coming out of the top of it. Now then, since I do not have a ceramic grill to on hand compare it with, let me just start by saying, if a ceramic grill is what you have in mind and you've got your heart set on it, you probably need to go ahead and buy one, because nothing I can tell you is going to make you any happier one way or the other. And especially since I haven't got one personally to compare it to. All I can do is tell you, like I did to begin with, is do comparison shopping online and look at them in the stores. And it just helps a whole lot if you can touch it, feel it, smell it, taste it, you know, put your hands on one before you go trying to buy one. But if that's what you want, you know how it is. You're not going to be satisfied if you feel like you're settling for second best or something that you really don't want. That being said, I looked on Amazon, and all these numbers that I got were on Amazon. What I did was compared this one, the Char Broil Kamander, to a Kamado Joe Classic 2 18-inch. The cost of it is $1,199. It comes with the dome temperature, the side tables that are plastic. They're not wooden. Like some side tables you get on some of the grills are wooden, and after they sit outside in the weather, they don't weather well. You know, they'll split, the varnish will come off of them. The high density polyethylene tables that comes on the Kamado Joe will probably last you. They'll probably look aesthetically pleasing for some time. It's got stainless steel, 304 stainless steel grates in it. It's got the divide and conquer split plates in it. Those are ceramic. It has the ash scooper. It's got a pan. It's got an ash pan in the bottom of it that's removable. And you can bake, grill, and smoke in it. Broil. What's the word? Roast. You can roast it. And like I said, all this came off of Amazon. That particular model, and I'll put links in it, that particular model does come with the carton that you set it on. And $1,200. Now this one on Amazon is $299.99, and it comes with the I think that top grate is cast iron. It's a porcelain enamel coated. It comes with another grill that goes on top of it. Oh, the Kamado Joe total cooking surface is 406 square inches. Because it's got different levels of racks you can put in it. This one, the total cooking area is 469 square inches, because it has a rack or a grate that goes on top. It's got a little post that swings it out, and you can cook stuff on top of that. This one also will do smoking, roasting, and grilling. It comes with the that drip pan that you can fill up with water or just use it as a drip pan. Of course, taking it when you want to grill steaks or something, you take it out so you can cook directly over the hot charcoal. The specs on it is, oh my goodness, it weighs 117 and a half pounds. It's 27 inches front to back, and it's 45.8 inches tall. And I did not write those measurements down for the Kamado Joe. That it weighs 250 pounds, but I don't have the height on it. Originally, hold on. The way this grill comes, it's got this wheel on top, and it's got one over there on that side table. On all the other ceramic grills, the air intake is on the bottom of it, and you gotta slide back and forth. And I've seen people say, "Oh, you gotta bend over just to adjust the airflow." Who cares? It's adjustable airflow. You mash it shut and then you leave it alone. That's not a selling point. It's just a function of the machine. But at any rate, what I did, there's not a lot of accessories, extras like heat control, flame control and stuff for these grills. So what I did is I bought one from Lava Lock. I didn't buy the one off Amazon. I went to their website, something Island Industries. I'll put a link in there. But it was a few dollars cheaper, less expensive on their website than it was on Amazon's. And I have same seller, same Island Industries on Amazon as it was their own website. I don't know. But the coupling part that goes that the fan mounts to has these washers, nuts, and these nuts have beveled edges, and they fit right down in these grooves, so it seals off pretty good on that side over there. I took this off of the air intake and then put some really nice. It's a really nice application of black duct tape to block off the other 3 holes. It's sad, but it works. Right here and right over here are the only places that it leaks, and it's not leaking right now. And the only reason it leaks there is because I got wires running through it for the temperature sensors. It doesn't leak otherwise. But I'm trying to think as I go of other questions that I might have had whenever I was looking for one to buy. But there's just not a lot of information out there on these grills. And it's a fine grill. And like I said earlier, depending on where you buy one is how inexpensive they are. And I don't know if there's a difference in the model itself, but Aldi every now and then has them for $99. I'd like to see that, because if they did, I'd buy me another one, maybe 2, because I'd give them as gifts. They're neat. I really enjoy them. Dang hay fever. But this one's got a stainless steel table on the other side, and it seems like the pictures that I've seen of the ones from Aldi have a plastic side table. I may be wrong. It may be some sort of spray painted metal, but it didn't look silver. So I've not seen one in person. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna let this thing cook for another couple of hours, and then I'll take it off and wrap it. Maybe put it in an aluminum pan and tin it, and then let it cook until it gets to 199 degrees. Oh, you probably noticed that it's not at 250, it's at 275. I double checked my numbers on that, and I reset it to 275. So we're going to cook it at 275 until it gets about 4, 5, 6 hours, you know, depending, 6 hours or so. And then we'll wrap it up, and then we'll let it get up to 199, 200. All right. We'll dollar back at you whenever we get ready to wrap it, because all I'm going to do now is spritz it every hour, and there's really nothing to show you except for what I just did. So we're going to carry on. I'll show you whenever we get ready to wrap it. We are 4 hours into the cook, and the temperature on the internal is up to 160 now. So we're going to pull this off, and I'm going to put it in that pan. I'll try to use this towel to help me pull it off. Put my probe back in, shut the lid, and we'll come back whenever it gets up to 195 to 200 degrees, and I'll see you back then. This cooked for 6.5 hours, and it got up to 200 degrees, and I went and pulled it, and now it sat for an hour. Let's see what we got. Clean bone. That ought to be good. Y'all, that is delicious. Golly. That bark is so good. Okay, that's good. That's a good pork butt. All right. Other than the pork butt, the rest of my point to this video was the cooker and my year in review. Okay. The point of the video was my year in review and something of a comparison between this and a ceramic. This grill, as far as I can tell, definitely does the job that a ceramic can do for a fraction of the cost. And so I'm all in on this one. And like I said, if Aldi comes up with one for $99 anytime soon, you can bet I'm going to go get one of those. So I will shred this up. And some lucky person will get to have sandwiches. Won't be me. I don't eat bread. You can't lose 140 pounds in a year and go to eating bread again. Just can't do it. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Peace and good karma, y'all. End of line.